Hey, welcome to The Explainer. This is where we take on those big debates and let the science do the talking.
All right, let's get right into it. It's probably the biggest question in all of fitness, right? When it comes to losing fat, what's really better, cardio or weights? Should you be pounding the pavement or hitting the squat rack? You hear arguments for both sides, but today we're going to settle this thing for good, and we're using science to do it.
So think of this as the ultimate fitness showdown. We're putting these training styles head to head to find out which one truly is the champion of fat loss. First up, let's meet our contenders. Okay, so in one corner, you've got aerobic training. We'll just call it AT. This is your endurance champ, right? We're talking running, cycling, the elliptical, basically anything that gets your heart pumping for a good while. Then, in the other corner, we have resistance training, or RT. This is the power lifter of the group. Think free weights, weight machines, all that good stuff for building strength. And our third contender? That's concurrent training, or CT. Pretty simple, it's the all-rounder that just mixes both cardio and weights into your week.
So, who wins when it comes to fat loss? Let's get to the verdict.
Now, our verdict isn't based on just some small one-off study. Oh no. We're looking at a massive meta-analysis from the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition. What's a meta-analysis? Well, you can think of it like a super study. It actually pulled together the results from 36 different studies with over 1,500 participants. So yeah, this gives us a really powerful look at the big picture.
Okay, so this brings us to the main event, the question you're all here for. If your number one goal is just to lose the most absolute fat, we're talking pure pounds or kilos off the scale, which method takes the crown? And the results are pretty clear. When it comes to losing the most fat, both aerobic training and that combo concurrent training came out on top. They led to way more absolute fat loss than just lifting weights alone. I mean, on average, the people doing cardio or the combo lost over a full kilogram, that's about 2.3 pounds, more fat than the group that only did resistance training. So, a pretty decisive win for cardio and the combo. But hold on a second. If you're thinking, okay, case closed, cardio it is, you'd be missing some really important parts of the story. Because that headline result, it's not the whole story.
You see, it's about more than just the fat.
Okay, so here's twist number one. Yeah, cardio and the combo won for losing the most total pounds of fat. But when the scientists looked at body fat percentage, the proportion of your body that's fat versus everything else, things got interesting. It turned out to be a three-way tie. All three methods were just as good at lowering that percentage and improving your overall body composition. How about that? And that brings us to twist number two. There's a quote straight from the study that says, a greater increase in fat-free mass was observed with RT compared to AT. Now, fat-free mass is just a sciencey way of saying everything in your body that isn't fat, which is mostly your muscle. So, what does that really mean for us? Well, it means this is where lifting weights becomes the absolute undisputed champion. Look, while you're in that process of losing fat, resistance training is so much better for building, or at the very least, holding on to your precious muscle. You can see here that both lifting weights and the combo approach led to a net gain in muscle. Cardio, it was kind of neutral, maybe even a slight loss. So the huge takeaway here is that weights help you keep the good stuff while you're busy losing the bad. And there's one last twist, and this one's all about time. It turns out your timeline really matters. For any program that was shorter than 10 weeks, guess what? There was pretty much no difference in fat loss between any of the methods. It's only when you stick with it for 10 weeks or longer that you start to see cardio and the combo pull ahead. It just goes to show you, consistency over the long haul is what really moves the needle. Okay, so what do we do with all this information? Let's talk about crafting your ideal workout. So, this all boils down to one simple question. What's your goal? If your main mission is just to see the number on the scale drop as much as possible, then the science points you towards cardio, or a mix. If you're more focused on your body composition, that body fat percentage, well, good news, you can pick any of the three. But if you're chasing the holy grail, losing fat and keeping or even building muscle, then concurrent training, that mix of cardio and weights, is, without a doubt, your best bet. And hey, if you just need some results in the next couple of months, the best workout is the one you'll actually stick with. But you might be wondering, why do they all work, even if they have slightly different outcomes? Well, it all comes back to one core fundamental principle.
And that principle is something called your total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE for short. It's super simple. It's just the total number of calories your body burns every single day. Every type of exercise we've talked about, running, lifting, all of it, cranks up your TDE. And by doing that, it helps create a calorie deficit, which is the one thing you absolutely must have for your body to start burning its fat stores for energy.
So you see, the big takeaway here is that it's not really about cardio versus weights anymore. It's about cardio and weights. The science makes it pretty clear that the most powerful approach for most people is the one that combines the unique strengths of both. So the question isn't which one is better. The real question is, how are you going to put them together to crush your own goals? You've got the science now, so what's your next move?